Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Week 1 Teambuilder versus Ogalbina and the Miami Mence. That is a sick looking logo, I have to say. Tremendous job. Alright, so originally I was not scheduled to go up against Ogalbina, which I believe is how you pronounce his name. It's kind of written like it's Ogalbina, so I might call him Ogalby. No disrespect or anything, because he's awesome. So I was originally supposed to go up against Matrix, but he had to drop out for reasons I'm not entirely sure about. I think it had something to do with him not being able to connect to the LAN Play League, the LAN Play server. So he's dropped out. I've spent like a month waiting for the Week 1 battle, sort of prepping for his team, but Ogalbina, Albina took over, and he gave me the option to make him fight me with the team that he took over, but I'm like, nah, that's not cool. We're going to give him the opportunity to change up the team, and he did change it up pretty significantly. So that was Sunday, so I had like 2 days to prep, but so did my opponent. So I mean, it's not the best situation, but I think we're gonna make the best out of it that we can. And hey, we got a very tough opponent coming up now. With in my opinion, he improved on this team significantly. So I thought I was gonna do like a 5-0. Based on matchup. I'm pretty sure I'd screw up and get someone killed, so it wouldn't be a 6-0 or anything, but I think this is gonna be a lot harder now because he definitely patched up all the weaknesses I was hoping to exploit. So anyway, here's my opponent's team. We've got Raichu, Lucario, Cramorant, Claydol, Gothitelle, Gmax, Snorlax, Crawdont, Turtonator, Cafagrigus, Aromatisse, and I hate that Pokemon, and Ferrothorn. So this is a very defensive team. It has excellent hazard control, and it's got some pokes that are very scary in terms of setup. He's got some very scary priority as well. But this team is still very slow, which is one of the major weaknesses I was exploiting against Matrix's version of the team. But he definitely improved it a bit with Lucario. And another thing is, aside from Crawdont, you can't really just come in and hit me super hard with anything. At least not quickly either. So he doesn't have any fast hard hitters is what I'm trying to say. And I can try to exploit that. But what he does have is Gothitelle. And Gothitelle is petrifyingly scary. Because that Pokemon, we are allowed to run its hidden ability in this league. And that is Shadow Tag. And that ability prevents you from switching out. So that is just absolutely scary. Because if you get in the wrong Pokemon and you're using the wrong move and your choice locked into it, like Gothitelle just comes in and starts setting up and you can't do anything about it. So I have to really be smart and play around that. So first up we have Anakin the Grimmsnarl, Gigantamax. We are running on this thing max HP. Enough to outspeed a Raichu at +2, and more on that a few Pokemon down the line. And we're putting the rest of our stats into attack and a little bit of defense. So basically we've got Darkest Lariat and Drain Punch. Dark Fighting coverage basically hits everything on this team, either super effectively or neutrally, except for Aromatisse, which is a nasty Pokemon. We've got Fire Punch for a more powerful hit against Ferrothorn. It's a 4 times. So I might not be feeling the fighting type move against it. He might be running a Choppleberry. So I'm definitely going to want the Fire Punch to sort of guarantee that I can take out Ferrothorn. We've got Bulk Up as well. So yeah, we can basically up our defense even further. It's not a particularly good defense where it is, but it also buffs the attack. And when we go into Gigantamax, anytime we use the Drain Punch, Gigantamax Drain Punch, that essentially is going to raise our attack as well. So we're going to be boosting our attack with this thing, and hopefully we're going to have boosted speed. So, oh, and we've got a Babiri Berry. The Babiri Berry is there for added steel resistance because we're weak against steel types. He's got 2. He's got Lucario and Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, I'm afraid of a Gyro Ball. Probably won't be running Iron Head. And with Lucario, Lucario is one of those Pokemon that can be run physical or special. And one of the moves it gets is called Steel Beam, which is a special attack nuke that does like 140 or 150 base power. That will be stabbed. He naturally outspeeds us, and that would just, it would probably OHKO us in Gigantamax form. So that's something I have to be really afraid of. The Babiri Berry helps me against that, and so will the speed. All right. Next up is Jirachi. Jirachi has a very, very nasty setup set here. So we've got max HP, so it's super bulky. We've got enough speed to outspeed Lucario, and everything else is into special attack. So here's what this set does. This set is focused around the move Stored Power. So what Stored Power does is for every stat boost you have, it has a base power of 20. So if you have 1 stat boost, it does 20 damage, I think. Then it's 20 plus 20. It's something like that. I know it. I know you can use it if you don't have any stat boosts, but it's not as effective. So if you have 2 stat boosts, let's say I use a Calm Mind, I have a plus special attacks plus special defense. That's 2 stat boosts. Its base power is 40. If I also have that weakness policy popped, that's plus 2 attack, plus 2 special attack. In conjunction with Calm Mind, that's a plus 6. And that would have a base power of 120, which is really powerful, especially for a stab psychic move. That is an amazing move, and that's what this set is meant to do. It's basically, I take a super effective hit, hopefully a special type hit. It's probably going to be a Shadow Ball from either Gothitelle or Fagrigus, maybe an Earth Power from the Spinny Dude, Claydol. But yeah, that could be a super effective hit that I'll probably take. That'll pop the weakness policy. I'll do that hopefully with the Calm Mind, and I'll get that, plus 6 Stored Power. And from then I can literally just sweep. It'll be awesome. So yeah, that's what that does. Wish can help me set up. So if I think I can take, 2 more hits, I can Wish, then Calm Mind again and get another plus 2. That'll give me plus 8. And I think at plus 8, I think I OHKO pretty much everything except for maybe a Spadef Aromatisse and probably, Snorlax. Those things are pretty bulky. Let's see. We've got Energy Ball for coverage. So psychic type attacks don't work against Crawdaunt, so I needed something to do. I really wanted Signal Beam, but I just found out they removed it from the game. I'm kind of sad about that. But yeah, that would have been nice, because I could have hit those 2 psychic types super effectively as well, and had a neutral attack on Ferrothorn, but now they removed it. So Energy Ball is my way of killing Crawdaunt. After a Calm Mind, it's pretty much guaranteed to kill pretty much any set except for maybe like a Max Spadef Assault Vest set, but I see no reason to run such a set. Maybe he will, who knows. So yeah, that'll do that. It's good against Claydol. I think that's about it. Right. Doesn't help me against Ferrothorn, but I can just, keep wishing and Calm Minding until I can break it in 2 hits. Guaranteed. So that would be nice. Next up, we've got Flygun. This is a bulky set again. We've got max HP again. We've got enough speed for Lucario once again, and the rest into attack. And in fact, I think that's literally the same spread, just offensive or physical instead of special. So this Pokemon is here to sponge some hits. We can recover from that using Roost. It's here to defog away any hazards my opponent would set up. It's got Earthquake. Earthquake can take care of quite a few Pokemon on this team. Wait, does he have any? Yeah, I think Turtonator is pretty much the only thing other than Raichu, although Raichu will be faster, so he'll probably either switch out or maybe hit me with a Play Rough, but that's not that big a deal because I will immediately kill it with the U-turn. Unless he's like a banded Play Rough set, which makes absolutely no sense, but hey, that's crazy. So yeah, U-turn. He's got a lot of bug weaknesses, so I can U-turn out, get momentum. And yeah, basically, Earthquake for the Turtonator. It has enough speed to outspeed it normally. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all Flygun does. He's not a super special Pokemon in this matchup. He's just, a solid pivot for me to go into and defog stuff away. Next up, we have Jolteon. Now, Jolteon is the heart and soul of my strategy. This is going to be a very important Pokemon, and I cannot risk it on something silly. We've got max special attack for maximum damage. We have enough speed to outspeed any Shell Smash Turtonators, so we can hit it before it smashes, and then if it kills us, we can go into Jolteon and revenge it. And everything else goes into HP. We've got Life Orb for increased damage output, because this thing is actually very good against his team just naturally. It can go in and do a bunch of damage to pretty much anything with Shadow Ball. The only thing that resists the Shadow Ball is Snorlax and Crawdon. And Crawdon doesn't want to come in on an electric type. So this thing sort of baits in a Snorlax, especially if I'm currently against the Ghost type or a Psychic type that doesn't, want to get hit by a Shadow Ball. We can bait in the Snorlax with this thing. So this set is meant for agility passing to my sweepers. Now, we've seen 2 of the sweepers so far. Get to another one, but one of the sweepers is our Gigantamax, and his best counters to it, his best counter is Lucario, because that thing can come in and just wreck us. And because Lucario is naturally faster and there's no way to boost Grimmsnarl's speed just by himself, he's probably not going to be able to do anything about an agility being passed to Grimmsnarl. So that might thwart his plans of stopping me with his Grimmsnarl check. And that's what I hope happens, because Grimmsnarl can hit him really hard with the fighting type. The other thing I can pass to is our Jirachi. Now, the Jirachi is probably already faster than everything but Raichu, but it can really benefit from that +2 speed because of stored power and the set that we're running, and the fact that I might be able to bait my opponent into using a super effective move by not a very strong special attacker like Claydol. So if Claydol tries to Earth Power me, I'm switching into Jirachi. I'm immediately at +6, and I've got a super effective move I could use against it. That is an amazing opportunity for me. But the next Pokemon is something that also benefits really heavily from an agility, and that is Kiadimundi, our Gyarados. So this thing is a potent sweeper. It's the kind of sweeper everyone, it's going to be the focus of my opponent trying to stop me, because this thing is hard to stop once it gets going. So his best method of stopping it is with a Scarfed Raichu. And the thing about Scarfed Raichu is it only gets to be so fast. If you have this set, which is incorrect, I don't know why there's a minus on the speed. That should be a plus on the speed. This is a Jolly speed. At 134, if I pass this thing in agility, or if I Dragon Dance up twice, I will be faster than Scarfed Raichu, and I could just take out the team from there. Although there are some pokes that can still stop me, like I think Ferrothorn's pretty bulky, and if I don't have some chip on him right away, he could probably do nasty things to me. But yeah, so in terms of our stats, we have maximum attack. We have enough speed to outspeed Raichu at +2. Everything else into HP. So we've got an odd number of HP. That's very important. I think I went over this in a previous video about how Substitute takes, a quarter of your health. And if you have a quarter of something that is odd, you get that oddness works in your favor. So I could substitute 4 times instead of 3. Because if it were even, I think it would kill me. Or maybe it's a multiple of 4 that matters on. I don't know. It also matters for hazards. But I'm running the heavy duty boots, so I don't have to worry about hazards. Alright, we've got Waterfall, an Earthquake that hits pretty much everything super effectively or neutral, with the exception of Cramorant. But Cramorant is a really bad Pokemon, unfortunately. I loved its design. I love Gulp Missile. It's so awesome. Unfortunately, Cramorant did not end up being a good Pokemon. And it's got really crappy defense, so I can just power through it with Waterfall. Need be. And, so, Jolteon's not the strongest Pokemon in the world. There's no way I'm going to get an agility passed off to everything if things go wrong. So, this Gyarados can set up on his own with Substitute and Dragon Dance. I could substitute on, like, a weak move that maybe my opponent just wants to do chip damage to me. Maybe my opponent wants to toxic me. I don't know. But I can substitute and prevent that from happening. And then I can start Dragon Dancing. And then after 2 Dragon Dances, I'm guaranteed to kill Raichu. I'm at +2, which is amazing. I could start wrecking things. We have a slight chance at surviving a knockoff from Ferrothorn if we do this. But not Power Whip if he brings it. So, I mean, I might be able to set up on Ferrothorn, but hopefully it's chipped. And that is Gyarados, our third sweeping Pokemon. And last but not least, we have Pacinian. This Pacinian has maximum attack. It has enough speed to outrun an Adamant Crawdaunt at 108. And it also, I don't know how to describe this, kind of complex. Rapid Spin on Claydol boosts its speed, and if my opponent wanted to outspeed, like Jolteon, if he wanted to outspeed me, speed creeping Lucario, this would be faster than his base speed. That is incredibly complex. I told myself I wasn't even going to get into it. I shouldn't have, because I cannot explain it. It's like 300 level IQ stuff, and I'm at only 290. Like some peasant. Anywho, we've got Close Combat for a very, very powerful stab move. This thing can OHKO Snorlax if he's not Gigantamaxed, and he can 2-hit KO Snorlax if he is. And I think I could probably OHKO it if it's like a Belly Drum set, but maybe not. A Belly Drum Gluttony, I couldn't OHKO it. So, what do we got? We've got U-Turn for momentum and to escape from that Gothitelle if it comes in on us. We have Gunk Shot for Aromatisse. So Aromatisse is actually really, really good against this team. I really hope my opponent doesn't realize that. And I hope he doesn't bring him, because if Aromatisse comes, I'm not going to have the best day in the world. I mean, I still think I'm going to have a good day, but Aromatisse is something I just don't want to see come, which means it's probably going to come.
Gunk Shot, I don't think it OHKOs it. It doesn't OHKO the highly defensive set, which is, you know, that's okay. And we have Assault Vest, so we can actually take some special attacks. He's got quite a few special attackers, and I could see myself, you know, going up against those special attackers. We could definitely take it, because he's got pretty weak special defense otherwise. So we'll be able to take it. And we have Knockoff. Knockoff is great for, you know, getting rid of my opponent's strong items. It's good against Claydol. It's good against the Gothitelle, and it's good against the Aggregus. So it's got great coverage. Defiant will be pretty good if he decides to bring Cramorant and wants to, I don't know, defog on me. I don't know. It's probably not happening, but anywho, that is Pacinian. That is the team. Our team strategy is we are going to pivot around with Pacinian, Jolteon, and Flygun until we can find like the perfect opportunity to just come in with one of our good Pokemon, with one of our sweepers. Our goal is to get Jolteon to pass in agility to Grimmsnarl, and once that happens, I Gigantamax and I start breaking. I'm gonna punch a hole in this team somewhere, be it Ferrothorn, be it Aromatisse. Once one of those major defensive players goes out the window, I think I'm gonna be primed for a Jirachi sweep from there. And there's also Gyarados. Maybe I find the perfect opportunity for him to come in and get off a Dragon Dance or a Substitute or an Earthquake or whatever. Yeah, hopefully that'll happen. That's the plan. I hope you enjoyed our first team builder for the IBL. I'm really excited about this week. I've been excited about this team for a long time, and we're finally gonna put this team to the ultimate test. So good luck to my opponent, Ogalbina. I hope you guys watch his team builder and his perspective. So stay tuned for our battle. It'll be on Sunday, I believe. Let me look at the date. It be Sunday the 12th of April, 2020. Stay tuned.